Hi there, friends. Thank you for visiting me at Youngspapercreations, the owner of Try Paper Play. And of course, you can find me on my website at trypaperplay.com. I have for you, I've come to them, I believe they're 26 beloved and much loved golden books, little golden books. And I had the privilege of learning a little bit about the golden books. And actually, I did show you another set some months back. I will attach that to this video. But these journals, not journals rather, my mind is all about journals because of course I create handmade journals. These lovely golden books, I believe, came out, started being printed in the 1940s, 46, I believe. But since then, there have been many different copies of them, and they continue to be published. And actually, some of them are worth quite a bit of penny. When they first came out, they were 25 cents, and so this one here says 39 cents. 39 cents. This one says 49 cents. And so it's a good gauge where we can tell how much older they are. This one here is 59 cents. So yeah, that's one of the indications as to uh, the publishing date, how recent they are. If you notice that they have no pricing at all at the top, then for example this one here puts us at 1977. That was the last reprint of this one. So let's look at some of these lovely golden books, shall we? I've not as yet placed them out there for selling, but I'm always up for negotiations. If anyone happens to see a golden book, and I have not yet put it into a journal form, then I will be happy to have a chat with you about that. They are sometimes hard to find, and you have to keep looking and such. The conditions sometimes are not as good as others. But of course, as paper crafters, we can always make them much more lovable. So let me start. Enough talking. This one is called Dr. Dan, the Bandage Man. And Dr. Dan, here's Dr. Dan. I'm just going to flip through. How beautiful the pages are. And this was in the store for $4.99 in Canada at the time of publishing. Let's move on to the little book, and that was 59 cents back then. And isn't she adorable here? So I got this at a used bookstore, and I paid $2.99 for this one. Eloise Wilkins illustrated this. I don't see a date, but it is 59 cents at the time, so it must be somewhere in the 50s. I'll probably figure that out soon. And Eloise Wilkins illustrations are known to be so beautiful. Now we're on to Prayers for Children, and this was 39 cents. Eloise Wilkins again. Her illustrated children are known for dark eyes, very dark, stark, dark. This one was, this printing was 1971 actually, and this version was first copywritten in 52. So this was 1971. So 1971, it was 39 cents. Look at that. Okay. So it was later in the 70s that this little book was done. All right. And again, this is called Prayers for Children. And so there are little prayers all around in the book for the children. This is a lovely one. To see all the bedtime prayers. This was, oh, this is one that I had when I prayed when I was a young one. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray that you, Lord, my soul, thee, Lord, thy child to keep. I learned it as thy soul to keep. So this one is a little bit different. It says, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray thee, Lord, my child to keep. Thy love guard me through the night and wake me with the morning light. I don't know it that way. I know it as, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray thee, Lord, my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray thee, Lord, my soul to take. I've heard it said that some people, some parents were a little bit anxious about, children learning about if I should die before I wake. So they made up some kind of cutesy something in between. For me, I think that's unfortunate, but it didn't do me any harm to say it that way. So Dr. Dan, so we did see a Dr. Dan. Because Dr. Dan was so cute and beautiful, I didn't mind getting 2 copies. So because Dr. Dan went about healing people. And I also like this one because it had the bandages in here. And it's called Dr. Dan the Bandage Man. And when I noticed that they had the bandages here, I thought, I'm going to keep that. So this was the publishing copyright renewal was 1977. It was renewed. And yeah, but originally it was 1950. So the prayers for little children, we saw that. Oh yes, so the prayer for little children, I wanted to get another copy, of course. So I've got 2 copies of prayers for children, and I'm so glad I did. Right, so I've got 2 of those. This is called the Book of God's Gifts, and this was 49 cents. First came out in 64, and then at this printing time it was 72. And again, it's called the Book of God's Gifts. I'm a Christian, and so anything about God and prayers, I would be interested in. And so I was happy to find this. This one is called Nursery Songs. I like the fact that this is different on the inside. This, I don't see the pricing for this one originally, but it first came out in 42, and the last printing as of this time here was 1969. And it's called Nursery Songs. So Mary Had a Little Lamb is in there. This is Mary Had a Little Lamb. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. A hunting we go, jingle bells, and so it goes on. Oh, I love these pastel colors. Oh, it made my heart so happy just seeing that. Now, what I learned as well is that when the Little Golden Book first started being published, they had 3 signatures, and later on, after the war and all that stuff, after the war came and whatnot, I guess things were rough, they started printing only 2 signatures. But at this point of publishing, they were still having the full numbers, because it started in 42, right, when they did this, and so it always had the 42, so it continued on, and that's why as at the time of publishing they were doing it with 3 signatures. But after the war and throughout the war, they had gone down. All the newer books were just 2 signatures. Interesting knowledge I came across. So that's why some of them would be thicker than others. This one was a 1975 Bambi. And this looked like an original copy of it, because there's no second copy. This is the publishing date, 75. I hope I wasn't shot all along, but something tells me I wasn't. I'm sorry. Bedtime stories. Someone wrote their names and such here. This is always loved. This first was published in 42, and at this time it was in the 15th printing in 1976. And I can't quite tell, but this one looks as if it might have, maybe it came at the end where they started with 2 signatures. I don't know. Look like it could be 2 signatures for this one. When I do my journals, I try to make sure that I keep the signatures intact, so that even though they're made into journals, you can still read the story in order. This one here is a Walt Disney Golden Book. Got this from Value Village. It's seen some hard times, but still good. And it is called Winnie the Pooh Meets Gopher. Winnie the Pooh stories, the whole Winnie the Pooh characters and everything, I just love, love, love. I'm a big kid at heart, especially when it comes to my friend Winnie. And I'm so fortunate I've got a number of Winnie the Pooh stamps, and if ever I come across, I will get them. This is called We Help Daddy. And this is a 1962 copy. Eloise Wilkins illustration. Could tell by the eyes of the children. I just adore these vintage photos, illustrations. Now we know this is very much more modern. The pandas take a vacation. I got this in hope that someone would like the pandas. So this will be an interesting journal. Tawny Scrawny Lion. 81 printing, 1981. So this is one, you either like it or you don't like it, right? The Jolly Barnyard. Someone got this for Christmas in 1978. At that time, this was in the 14 print. Jolly Barnyard. I would not want to live on a farm. But that's just me. Not an animal farm, if it's a plant farm. But sometimes even the animal farms, they have to have maybe cats to keep away the rats and all that stuff. And I admire cats from afar, but that's as far as it goes. And the mice. And the mouse. Oh, Lord. Okay. Colors are nice. This one I like. Colors are nice. $1974. It was in its 5th printing. That crow looks rather smart there with its scarf and hat. Donald Duck's Toy Sailboat. And this one I could see I had started to take apart for journals. So we have 2 signatures. So when I put in my other papers and such, all of this will be kept intact. So the person would be able to read it in order. I don't know if you noticed this, I've shown it in my other video, how we take the signatures apart and then we open this up. There's a center space, and this was closed like this with the pages inside like that. So when you open it up and you take the signatures apart, you can use these 2 outer seams and bring it in like so, and that's how you end up with a broader spine. I will show you in a bit what I am speaking of. Oh, the time is a-going. This is Snow White. I'm just going to do a quick flip through because I don't want this to be super, super long. We're already going to be at 20 minutes. This one is Mickey Mouse and Pluto Pup. This was 39 cents. And this one, again, was 39 cents at the time of its printing. It's called Disneyland Parade with Donald Duck. Just flipping so you see the pages, not necessarily in order. Dumbo. Here we have the friendly book. We have a little golden book about God. Eloise Wilkins again with the children's bright eyes. Yikes, sometimes. So bright. Like piercing dark eyes. This is Pinocchio. The caboose. I made a journal with that, the little red caboose. And for me, I believe these journals, these little golden books are unisex. So they don't have to be for male, female, gender. Just if you like it, you like it. And then I make them into journals so that you can have them in your hands. This is called Heroes of the Bible, like that. Children's Garden of Verses. Again, Louise Wilkins. How beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And last but not least, Where Jesus Lived. So the illustrations in this one is not pastel and such as the others. It's more darker hue to it. This is entitled Where Jesus Lived. And so you got a chance to see 20-something golden books. I will attach my other video where I showcase some of them. And now I'm going to show you what these turn into. So here I've got Bambi. This has got 2 signatures, plus I've placed a little pocket holder in there. And when reading this book, the way that most of my journals are set up is that you're going to be able to read the story in order, and in between the signatures I've placed additional writing areas for you with tucks and envelope pockets. Now these journals will come with a package so that you can do the embellishing. They're not super embellished right now, just some pockets and such. It's for you to do all the other beautification. So here we have We Help Daddy. I like this one. 3 signatures. Don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can tell there are 3 signatures. So cute. This one carries lots and lots of writing space. Lots and lots and lots. And lastly, by Richard Scarry. It's called Rabbit and His Friends. Richard Scarry happens to be one of the children's story writers that many enjoy. So when you hear that name, it's often one where many people are aware of him. Again, not super embellished or anything. It's for you to do all of that. Lots and lots of writing space in this. So if you contact me, you'd be able to get a hold of my journals. This one is not in my Etsy, but it is available. It's not currently in my Etsy. It's called We Help Daddy. If you see this one and you're interested, contact me. All my information is listed below. And here I've got Bambi and Rabbit and His Friends. These are on Etsy, so you'd be able to find me there. Again, my information will all be there. Etsy, of course, is Junk Journals for You on Etsy, and you will be able to get a hold of my journals there. All right, so yeah, these were once these 10 little books. Look at the difference. So if you're interested, that would be fantastic. Connect with me. By the way, on the 25th of this month of July, I will be having a Tri-Paper Play Expo in Scarborough at the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Scarborough SDA Church, Scarborough Seventh-day Adventist Church. That's where I will be holding and hosting a Tri-Paper Play Expo where vendors will be there with paper crafting items and supplies and much more. You want to come out and be there. It goes from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Great opportunities to get things at super, super good, wonderful prices, along with some hands-on workshops, make and takes, and connecting with other crafters. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.